Welcome back. On Friday, we had 4 semifinal teams remaining in the high school football playoffs. Going into the semis this week, we have 1 team remaining, the Jena Giants. The Giants have been incredible for 12 straight weeks. Joining us on the phone is Jena's very own Jay Roark. Coach Roark, welcome to the show.
How's it going, Coach?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Coach, you know, it's been a great year for you guys. You guys aren't, foreign to the whole idea of success, but with this group specifically, being the team that kind of lost 4 early games last year, you said those guys grew up. They became better leaders because of it. To see them be the group that kind of surpassed all of, the other good Jena teams in Giant history, I mean, how cool is it to see them be able to experience this just with the entire support of the community?
Well, it's just been a lot of fun, seeing these guys take ownership in the weight room, the locker room, and on the practice field, and just doing everything the right way and the way that we, kind of preach to them all off season how to handle things. They do it to the best of their ability, and it's definitely gotten us over that hump, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
So after the game on Friday, we talked about how you're the only team left in Central Louisiana because, we had St. Mary's, you had Manny, you had Ash, and then y'all are the only ones who came out victorious. I know you hate being number 1, but you proved on Friday night why y'all were number 1.
Yeah, I feel like we put ourselves in position to be considered one of the best teams in the state, and not only in winning a game, in the quarterfinals, but beating a team like A-Meek, it's a state power historically, and beating them soundly. Played just great football, so it's very exciting to see us getting that top rank.
So after the game, whenever you had it was like the post-game speech to your players, you were back and forth. You said, you're the only team to ever do this. I know the freshmen were the ones who had that taste of the quarterfinals, and it did not end up going their way. But it ended up going their way on Friday night. Just what is that like, I guess, as a team going into practice yesterday, they're like, we're the only team to be able to do this?
Well, it's a big deal, and it's a big deal for our program, but our kids, our seniors, they're focused on the next game. They want to do more. They're not satisfied being in the semifinals, even though it is the first time. They think that we're not done yet. I believe that if we play well and we have everybody out and healthy, I think that we can definitely go on. But as far as for our program, our younger guys seeing that, because, I think what allowed us to play as well as we did is the senior group experienced a quarterfinal round, and they experienced playing a team like A-Meek last year. And so for our younger guys to see this and be a part of this, I think this can really carry our program into the next step in the future.
Coach, what's going to be more of the winning formula going forward? I know a lot of this group as a whole has not experienced this stage in the state playoffs. Is it going to be more reliant on the Zarek Jones-led offense, or is it going to be your stars to the defense? Well, what's going to be more the thing you guys are relying on as a team?
Well, when you get to this point, you got to play great in all phases. Our defense has to continue to play extremely well. We had some very good timely passes out of Barker the other night. We need to continue to have that. Had some good runs out of our other running back, Coke and then Jones Hatcher and Wilson came in and ran the ball well too behind a really good offensive line. And our special teams were pretty good. We kind of had a one little series where we had some penalties on punt, but our kickoff team's been pinning people around the 25 every time. We've got to continue to do that. So really just got to play great football in all phases.
So talking about these seniors and the talent they have with Zarek and Dee and Zach and Cameron and so many others that you can name, since you've been at Jena, do you feel this is the most talented team that you've coached?
Man, that's a tough question. I hate you put me on the spot like that.
Sorry, Coach Roark.
No, we've had several talented groups. 2017 we've been a class of 18, I believe, when Jeray Jenkins was here, Lamar Ferris, and a lot of guys. Of course, Jeray broke his leg in week 1, and then we had, I think, 4 major injuries that year. But honestly, that was probably the most talented group. But we were just very unfortunate that year with the timing of injuries and some illness in the playoffs and stuff like that. But this group's definitely right there with those guys.
Speaking of Jeray, obviously Zy Hunter, his cousin, do you feel as though, obviously he had an explosive game on offense and defense on Friday. Do you see Jeray in Zy?
I think they're a lot different type of player, but they both have a very strong competitive edge. Obviously, both great athletes, and Zai's been kind of a leader by example the last few weeks. Once he come back from his ankle injury and got back to full speed, he's been practicing full speed every rep and really getting after it in the games as well. He's been a pleasure to be around.
Coach, I got to ask, I know you got your next opponent is Union Parish. Word on the street is you guys aren't very fond of each other, and that's okay, especially when it comes to playoff football. But I gotta ask, me being new to Senlaw, you know, what is the animosity? Where does that come from? I guess between the two ball clubs.
I'm not aware of any animosity amongst us. I got a lot of respect for Coach Spat. He helped me out a lot when I was first getting started as an assistant coach and into powerlifting, and I've known him for a long time. I can tell you that we've played them twice, and they beat us twice in the playoffs, and that, you know, you always want to correct that issue. But as far as a personal thing, it's not personal, but we're glad to have them at home finally, and obviously when you lose to the same team twice in the playoffs, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but really it's not personal.
Coach Roark, I know you don't like the merch that everyone has that they wear, but I am wearing my necklace just for you with your beautiful face on it.
Well, I appreciate that.
I must add, you know, the transformation from that picture to now. I am digging the 5 p.m. shadow. Are you taking you know, the pledge to no shave November?
I don't know. I just started letting it go, and now I don't feel like shaving. So.
Well, you should probably be more focused on other things. So thanks for coming by.
Coach Roark, we'll see you on Friday night.
All right. Thank y'all.